A local nonprofit's mission is to provide the highest quality of speech, language, and hearing services, always in a caring manner. They have a fundraiser coming up that you're gonna have to check out, and all the details are coming up next on Polk Place. Hello and welcome to Polk Place, and I'm your host Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio, I like to call them friends of mine. Really, we met a couple years ago. It was in honor of this event that we're talking about, Central Florida Speeches. Mr. Central Florida joining me, Tim Hodgson. He's the account executive at Hall Communication. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Brian.
Also joining us is Wes Craven with ProAd Media. Good to see you again, Wes.
It's my buddy.
All right.
Also joining us, Shannon Eichenberg, Director of Development, Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center. If you could, tell us a little bit about Central Florida Speech and Hearing, what they do. What is it that
Well, the center sees patients for hearing impairment as well as language and speech therapy. Because if you can't hear it, you can't say it. And if you can't say it, you can't write it. And if you can't write it, you can't read it. And communication is the foundation for everything in life.
Talk a little bit about what they mean to the Central Florida community. You guys are on the cutting edge as far as what you do and what you provide as far as a service to this community.
Well, the fact that we provide, the audiology as well as the language and speech helps people get what they need while they're there. So if they're in the therapy and they're not hearing properly, the therapist can take them over and see the audiologist, and they can adjust their hearing aids. So it's, they don't have to drive to Tampa and to Orlando, so it's able to meet everybody's needs in one location.
And coming out of the military, when I first moved down here, you guys were the ones that did my hearing tests, and I can attest to what you mean to this community and what you mean to me, because helping me with my problems.
That's great.
As well.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk a little bit about the event that's coming up because it's near and dear to my heart. But one thing that we know as a nonprofit, as you guys are, fundraising is really the life's blood, and coming up with creative events that help you get your name out, but really help the community get involved and give back to you. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you guys do, and then we'll hold the event that we've got coming up for last, because that's where I'm going to put these two guys on the grill.
Okay. Well, I'm new to the center, but I'm not new to fundraising. I've done that for several years. But what's different about the center, and that I think is, fantastic, is the fact that the community gets involved and they help raise the funds, and they, help spread the word about the center. People come in for tours that may not have come in before.
So Shannon, in 2016, I had the privilege of representing Polk Government Television and the Polk County Board of County Commissioners as I was elected to participate in Mr. Central Florida, and that's where these two came in. And ever since then, let's just call them mildly entertaining, decorative yet practical. Is that a fair assessment, Tim?
For him, it was mildly entertaining.
I was wondering if you were going to work that pose in.
I was going to try to. Is that good?
Exactly.
I like that.
I like that.
Those aren't even
Would you call it decorative
And practical.
and practical?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means, so I'll agree.
He was an English major for one semester.
I was.
Exactly. Wes, talk to me a little bit about your experience as Mr. Central Florida in 2016.
Well, when we did in 2016, what was the theme in 2016?
Celebrating men of honor.
Men of Honor.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Well, hopefully you'll have a picture of me and my All-American.
Yeah. I was going to say,
It was an election year,
It was
so
an election year.
I portrayed that very vividly. And you portrayed
Well,
something
we'll-
totally different.
we'll hold on to
and
that.
it was men
Yeah.
of
no, go ahead and tell them.
Well, here's the thing: is one thing with the whole Mr. Central Florida. one of the things that we ask contestants to do is you're going to walk down a runway or run down a walk, whatever you want to refer to it
Yeah,
as.
exactly.
And they wanted you to come out and do a little sachet, a little jig, a little dance, if you will.
You
Well,
get to pick your
Your music, yeah.
your own
Yep.
song to come out to. So if it's Raining Men, which is a popular
Yep.
song that guys come out to. If you know me well enough, you'll know I have no fear of public speaking, but the prospect of dancing in front of one or more people absolutely terrifies me. So it was, I think 2 days before the actual competition in 2016, I was going through, I was in my youngest son's bedroom, who had gone the previous year for Halloween as Hulk Hogan. And I saw a little Hulkamania bandana on his bedroom floor. I said, bingo, that's it. And it's amazing the stuff you can find on Amazon within a 24-hour period and shipped right to your door.
Yeah.
And so I come out as Hulk Hogan.
I remember it well.
So I will.
But that's what he
you did.
chose as the distinction.
Wes, what song? Wes, what song did you come out to?
It was very presidential, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
It was-
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was.
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
think
sure
it was a
Hail to the
presidential theme.
Chief.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
think it was,
Hail
yeah.
to the Chief.
Yeah, and then you didn't come out to
I
Rain.
did.
It's Raining Men, did
Well,
you?
no, I didn't. The music
God, I hope not.
we had sadly, we had a little bit of a technical glitch when I came out. So the music started about a quarter of the way down
Yeah,
the walkway
yeah.
from me, but it was the Voodoo Child,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's.
Yeah. A little bit of
walkout music.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
Stevie Ray.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I use Van Halen right now. And
That's right, I remember
yeah,
that.
and I did not use any decorative, but I went back and grabbed two of the kids that were
I remember that.
spokesmen,
I
yeah,
remember that.
and carried them down, man.
You
That
went for
was
the
awesome.
Oh yeah, I did.
You
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have to do anything,
Yeah.
just carry them.
Exactly.
You know, it worked for you.
Well, one of the cool things about this year's event, and you guys are the co-chairs for it. Talk a little bit about what you guys hope to get out of the event, and the recognition that you hope to bring to Central Florida Speech and Hearing.
Well, I want to start from kind of, if I can,
From scratch.
From scratch. When we were originally tasked with chairing and hosting this year, we were given two tasks by Debbie Burdett, who is Shannon's predecessor. She has since retired, but it was to make it fun and to stick with similar years' themes, in that it was always celebrating men of blank, men of honor, celebrating
Men of distinction.
Central Florida's heroes, men of distinction. And Wes and I sat down for lunch one day and we came to the realization that there's really not much worth celebrating about us guys.
Yeah.
Before it starts sounding cliche or really pushed too far. So we said, in the spirit of keeping it simple and keeping it fun in nature
And who we are.
and
Yeah.
who we are,
Yeah.
Yes.
we decided to go this year, 2018, Mr. Central Florida, wait for it, celebrating
Manly men.
manly men.
Nice.
So, and that's open to interpretation, because we're in a time right now to where everything is scrutinized and criticized, and you don't want to run the risk of offending anybody. So, but we don't see a way
So
to
that's why
possibly go
I'm
wrong.
the opposite of him.
Very obvious.
He's Mr. Camo. I'm more like a James Bond kind of guy.
Yeah.
Look at
you
Mr.
know?
Lavender. Yeah.
Yeah,
But this year's event, we're going to make it a very self-deprecating evening of celebrating Mr. Central Florida, celebrating men, manly men, and hopefully raising a lot of money for the center.
So Wes, I really got to ask,
Yeah?
to co-chair this event with this guy, what did they have to promise you?
Well, I'm on prescription medication now.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that until about 4 weeks ago.
That is
Yeah.
true. That's
Oh,
a true
yeah.
fact.
But otherwise, I wake up every morning and he texts me of the cool things we're going to do. And I just, and we go on Facebook or FaceTime and we look at each other and I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. But it's going to be interesting because this whole event literally is about raising money. And we're going to be doing some really cool, manly videos coming up.
There's going to be some Facebook videos coming up
Yeah.
here very soon. We're going to do
Called Man Up Monday.
Man Up Monday.
First one's going to be this coming Monday.
Oh wow.
And it's definitely
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
As a matter of
I'm
fact.
looking.
Which meant as men, we don't want to do anything
we've
on
never
that day.
experienced Labor Day.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to seeing that because I know one of the guys personally, Jamie from WFLA.
Ah, yes.
He
Jamie
does
Cook.
a lot of
Cookie.
work with us. Yeah.
Cookie, yes.
Jamie's one of my favorites to deal with.
I think he's actually
Second place.
He's second
He's in
place
second
right now
place right
in
now.
raising money.
Wow, and I saw the money already, man, and we're still have a lot of time
About
left.
5 weeks.
We were slackers 2 years
Oh, yeah.
ago,
Oh,
weren't we?
yeah, man.
These guys are great.
I
You're
know
off to a
they
fantastic start.
were on
I think
top
we
of
have
it.
30
Actually, 29 contestants.
29 contestants.
Yeah.
And we need to, what's the goal? 130 some thousand? We need to raise?
138,000.
Yeah, we need to raise some serious money this year.
Now, guys, there are different ways that individuals can get involved with this. Shannon, talk a little bit about the corporate background and how they can either buy tables. Corporately speaking, how can folks get involved?
Well, we have a website, www.mrcentralflorida.org. You can go on to the website, and there's a tab that says Tickets and Sponsorships. That's one way of doing them. Invitations have gone out to, about 500 invitations. They can always email me or the center to, if they want to write a check or request a form.
Checks.
Yes, we like checks.
There was some individuals that owned restaurants, and now these were creative ways that people got behind people that were involved. A couple restaurants donated a dinner that went to the silent auction. Talk to me a little bit about the silent auction and how folks can donate that away.
Well, we're doing something new this year. It's an online mobile bidding. So right now I think we have like 20 auction items that are already on the website. You can go there, same website, just click on auction. And if you get outbid, you'll get a text message, and you can actually bid when you're not, even if you're from home, if you're not at the event, you'll be able to bid. But the contestants are going, and asking people for donations. So, that's one way. If they want to be involved, again, just contact me, through the center or any of the contestants.
They can actually bid right now on live auctions?
Yes.
Oh, that is a lot different than
We have several theme parks right now, and,
hunting trips and...
Well, there's a lot that hasn't been put on the auction, so you got to check back, often,
we're
because
on
it's
those.
constantly,
We're on those
it's
always.
constantly being
Absolutely.
updated. But we do have a hunting trip, and that's probably going to go in live, which means you would need to be there for the live auction items.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, Wes, when you were going dollar to dollar, because see, that's how, I had a campaign manager that helped me out a lot, had a lot of people that backed me up, and doing that dollar to dollar thing, that was, I finally discovered what it was like to work for a dollar. Talk to me a little bit about that experience.
Well, the fact that you're talking about, you can do sponsorships and live auctions and silent auctions, but as a contestant trying to raise money, one of the ways that I personally did it is that I went out and got my own sponsors as well, because as someone that's in the community, I sell advertising, I know a lot of people. And so what I was able to do was go out and actually get sponsorships from individual businesses as well. And it could be, like someone might give me a gift certificate for $250 to do whatever. Well, when some of those, depending on the size of the gift certificate they gave me, I was able to either live auction those or do a silent auction of those. And doing the $1 things, that's a lot of hard work, because $1 at a time is a lot of hard work. But you were very successful at that.
Mine was mostly sponsorships. I don't have that many people that like me enough to donate $1.
Mine,
So most of it was
honestly,
sponsorship.
mine were mostly $1.
Really?
And, yeah.
Really?
And I
You
think
did well. You were respectable.
Yeah, I know there was at least $2,000 in ones that came from my way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know that many people?
No, they just felt pity for me. You'd be surprised at how much your biker friends are willing to humiliate you for $1.
And they did.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
they did. They did.
There were pictures to this day that are still surfacing.
Well, hopefully we'll see that.
No.
Well, of him in
Well,
time.
I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
have a picture of you and I.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't wear tights often, but I'll do
When
just
you
about
do.
When I
anything for
do.
charity.
It's going to be perfect for the Manly Men
It
for
will
this
be
year.
Manly Men, and
Yeah.
who knows? They may make a return.
I hope.
You never know.
Well, you know.
You never know.
I hope they show that.
They might.
Well, I hope they do.
Okay.
Well, if they do.
For people that may have never gone to the event, how would you inspire them to check it out?
It is a righteous good time. It's something you need to absolutely attend. It is, you're not only supporting a 501c3, you are helping hundreds of children out. There are,
Well, it's from
It's-
children of 4 months to clear to, I think, 100.
Yeah, our youngest
it's
patient's
not just
4
children.
months
I
and
have
to
a heartstring
104.
for children, of course. But
Yeah, but
it's,
we see about 230 patients a week, and 92% of those need financial subsidizing. So the
Is there a waiting
proceeds, yes, and there's a waiting list of 100 therapy, or actually, I think there are children and adults on the waiting list right now. So we
Wow.
don't have enough audiologists or therapists to see it
and
to
that-
meet
and
the
that's
need.
one of the reasons Wes and I have gotten involved, is that it's just not acceptable to have a waiting list, especially with children on it,
Exactly.
for hearing and for speech therapy, and it's not acceptable. So our goal is to make this a record-breaking year. This is the 6th year of Mr. Central Florida. In its infancy, it started as Mr. Lakeland,
Mr. Lakeland.
and then it grew into Mr. Central Florida. And the last few years, they've set the bar higher and higher each year. So we're hoping to blow that bar out of the water.
But it's a dinner. How much are the tickets for the dinner?
The tickets are $75. It includes complimentary beer, wine, and our signature drink.
the Manly Men.
The
Yes,
Manly Men.
Yes.
Yes.
And dinner is going to be catered by Carrabba's.
You guys have a new venue for this too.
We do.
Yeah, because when we did it, we were out at Sun and Fun.
We did at Sun and Fun a couple of
And
years
that-
ago.
that was
Actually, up
good,
until
yeah.
last year. This year, we have elected House 820. It's HAUS 820 on Massachusetts. It's part of Mass Market.
Okay.
It was a grocery store or something at one point
Well,
in
back in
time.
the
I don't
day.
remember what it was. But it's just south of the tax collector's office on Massachusetts. And you want to talk about just a really cool venue. It still has all the old trusses and beams
Mm-hmm.
and woodwork and stuff in there from 100+ years ago. But they've incorporated that into the decor, and they've really done a bang-up job with it.
Well, with the new venue, talk to me a little bit about some of the things that are going to be unique to the event.
Well, we've made arrangements to have valet parking because there was concerns about, finding a parking
Availability.
spot in the walking, in downtown area. Of course, the online mobile bidding is new. The silent, like I said, you can bid on that whether you're there or not. The sit-down catered dinner is new. The complimentary, wine, beer, and signature drink.
And
And we're new.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
yes.
new. Yes. And I'm new.
and
Yeah,
she's new.
everything's new
Yeah.
about it. Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of wish I would have gotten involved this year.
You still
Now, we do
can.
want to thank our friends at Carrabba's
Yeah.
Yes.
for catering this year. They've actually catered it last year as well, and they just do a fantastic job. They're actually donating all the servers and bussers and everything for that night, and
They
the
are.
food. Or the food is at a great
At a
value.
dis- at a
Right.
heavily
very
discounted.
Heavily discounted.
Yes.
From a sponsorship standpoint, how can folks get involved? We know that Southern Homes is the title sponsor, but there's always sponsorship opportunities right up until the day of the event.
Yes, there are. If you on the website, there's different levels, and each different level comes with 10 seats, 5 seats, and as well as advertising, different levels of advertising in the program on the website. The highest sponsorships $5,000, and the lowest is $500. They can purchase tickets at $75 a person.
Wes, I want you to inspire those at home to get involved with this event.
Well, I think it really comes down to the need. Central Florida Speech and Hearing, we were talking earlier, from 4 months old to 104 years old. They handle, it's more than just hearing aids, and I think this is really important. They have audiologists and speech pathologists. She was right when we started talking about it's about communication. And if you can't communicate in this world, you can't make it. It's really important that whether you're going for a job interview or even if you're employed, you need to be able to communicate with your peers and your bosses so you understand how to work. Central Florida Speech and Hearing gives our community the ability to help these people that need that extra boost up.
Tim, that's going to be a tough act to follow. What would you like to add to that?
I just think, it's such a great organization, Brian, and I'm so happy that they've tapped us to not only co-chair but co-host
Host
this
it.
event. Something we've put a lot of time and effort into, and we've got a lot of things up our sleeve for this event. So if you guys want to come out and have a good time, donate to a very worthy charitable organization that's right here locally. Your money doesn't go off to other cities,
Absolutely.
other states. It's right here. It's Polk County. Just a fantastic organization. I can't say enough about them.
we do have limited seating, so if you don't want to miss out, you get your tickets as soon as possible.
And they do sell out every year. Every year we've been involved.
Well, Shannon, Wes, Tim, I want to thank you guys for coming in. Look forward to seeing you at this year's event, and hope everything goes off as successful as what it normally does. So thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Central Florida Speech and Hearing invites you to support them and their contestants in the 2018 Mr. Central Florida competition. This year's event focuses on celebrating manly men and will take place on Thursday, October 4th at 6 p.m. at House 820 in Lakeland. As always, this event supports the patients of Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center. How can you support the 6th annual show, you may ask? Well, vote for them one at a time. It'll cost you $1 a vote. You can visit the contestants or vote tab, or sponsor contestants, or purchase a table at the event by visit the sponsor or buy tickets and sponsorship tab, or donate a live or silent auction item. Visit the silent auction before the event and start your bidding. You can buy your tickets to the event, and remember, space is limited. I want you to share the event with your friends and family on Facebook, but make sure you visit the website at www.mrcentralflorida.org or give them a call at 863-682-4338.